top 10 characters for the month of June 2024. And I gotta tell you, even though this list is in no particular order, Apocalypse seems more than ever, but oh my God, is he hard to get? And a lot of people are saying, is he worth getting? That being said, I gotta give a big shout out to everyone who came out and liked last month's video, one of my most liked videos for the entire month. And even though this is in no particular order, Apocalypse seems to be more important today than ever because he is a good solution against the up-and-comers Old Man Logan and Black Knight. And this largely has to do with his super basic when he is empowered, which just deletes people. Yeah, and there's no revives, and that feels very good against Old Man Logan. One of the better ways to get through Black Knight. Now, the problem with Apocalypse is that he's very hard to get, and there are 23 characters basically have to get and take to Blue ISO 5, which is going to be the Horsemen and the Horsemen teams, and then also Kestrel, Weaver, and Deathpool. Now, I do have a baby account, which is about 2 months in, and I got to tell you, I'm not even thinking about Apocalypse. So I'm hoping that they will change the way that Apocalypse is unlocked. I don't see them doing that anytime soon. So I don't know. He's just a super big hassle. The one thing I do know is that on my baby account, the only characters that I'm willing to take to Blue ISO 5 right now are like Kestrel, Gambit, Weaver. You know, I don't have the Horsemen, but I'm being really picky about Blue ISO 5 because that's the main way. Unlock, Apocalypse, Tupocalypse. Anyways, very, very, very strong. Is he worth it? Oh, it's 23 characters, but he easily is one of the best characters in the game. Next, I'm going to talk about Nightcrawler. And the reason why I love Nightcrawler is that he's on the Extreme team, and the Extreme team, at least for my beginner account, is vital. And I wouldn't say that Nightcrawler and Gambit, I guess I could have put Gambit on this list as well. But the reason why I think that Nightcrawler is going to be good for a long time is, well, firstly, he's really hard to kill. He speeds up X-Men, but he speeds up in a very important X-Men. Old Man Logan, oh my God, Old Man Logan, so good. But anyways, yes, Nightcrawler is definitely on this list. Vital. I didn't have a problem taking him to 3 Diamond. Also, I'm working on getting him to Gear Tier 19. We'll be taking him into Dark Dimension 7. Next, Kang. Kang is the king of Cosmic Crucible. And right now, Kang plus Cabal is just over the top good. Also, I think there's going to be a place for Kang longer term than a lot of characters, and this has to do with his passive on offense, fill speed bar by 5% for self and all allies. I still get a lot of use out of Emma and Cable, and Kang right now has a similar type of speed bar mechanic, which basically offsets ties and things like that. It's important. It's a turn-based game. Whoever goes first is important. He probably will get power crept, and in the past it was like so much damage. I think Cabal helps him a little bit, getting more damage and kind of bringing him back to where he once was. But regardless if he gets power crept or not, which he's not, he's still very strong. This is going to make him an important character. Super Skrull. So I don't know who the second best character in the game. It probably is Super Skrull, but I'm a big fan of Black Knight, Apocalypse, and Old Man Logan, and I just want to clump them all together. They do different things, but they're all the best characters in the game. Of course, right now, the best character in the game is going to be very last on the list. I wonder who that is, but Super Skrull is bonkers good, dominant in so many different ways. Now, there are some counters to Super Skrull now. Black Knight's a counter to Super Skrull. Mephisto counters all of the mythics, right? So he's not as dominant as he once was. And putting him on defense opens the door to some counters. Like, let's say in Crucible, you could use Cabal. Cabal is kind of a counter to Super Skrull. Black Knight's a counter to Super Skrull. So there are solutions to Super Skrull that there weren't in the game, let's say 6 months ago, which at that point in time, Super Skrull hands down was the best character in the game. But now I feel like Super Skrull shares second best character with several characters, and he is amazing still on offense, and that mostly has to do with his insane speed bar mechanic. Whenever this happens, whenever that happens, he takes a bunch of turns. And that is also his weakness. If you have a way of making this not happen, then he is just not nearly as good. This guy's over the top still. Very, very good. Weaver. Now, Weaver, I debated not putting on the list, but the reason I put Weaver on the list is that I'm a huge fan of stun plus trauma, and I just always gonna like that. And then Weaver has the amazing charge mechanic. While she has charge, lower the accuracy 100%, which basically causes them to miss. When enemy misses, lose 1 charge. So I just love Weaver. Also, enemies killed by this character cannot revive. That is probably going to be more important going forward with Old Man Logan, because Old Man Logan is very, very, very strong, and we're looking for a lot of solutions to beat them. Apocalypse is the main one, but if you don't have Apocalypse, what do you do? Well, maybe Weaver is one of those solutions with her. You know, if you can finish him off with Weaver, then you can bypass that revive mechanic. Next is Void Knight. Again, this might be a small solution to Old Man Logan, because right here, Steal ability energy is like a better than ability block mechanic. He has bonus turn meter on spawn. He clumps everybody together, which makes adjacent attack abilities way more impactful. And then he flips all the positive effects. So he's useful against Black Knight, and he puts out a ability block. Kind of a one-trick pony in Arena right now, because he goes early, he does his ability, clumps everybody together, and then he dies. Very good, though. His utility, and I think he's going to be a good character for a long time. Next is Black Knight. Oh my God, Black Knight is such a good character. So, historically in these turn-based games, tanks that can taunt on spawn are very good. Well, he is that and a lot more. He does all kinds of absolute silly things with his charge mechanic where he counterattacks them, and when he counterattacks them, he puts what? Clears immunity on the enemy, apply heal block, trauma, and 3 bleed. Yikes! Attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked, and gains extra focus. Oh my God, he is an arena god. There's only a couple of counters to him, and most recently is going to be Old Man Logan. It's almost like they're parts of Old Man Logan's kit that were specifically to be a counter to him. And this guy is pretty much a hard counter to Super Skrull. Up there, in my opinion, like if I'm saying that Mephisto is the best character in the game, and then the second best character in the game is probably Black Knight or Apocalypse or Super Skrull or Old Man Logan. Don't have a strong opinion on which one's the best. Probably Super Skrull, but they all do things. Boy, that was profound. They all do things that are special and make them helpful, but they're all very, 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 very strong. And I think the other reason why Black Knight is so strong is some of his attacks are based off max health. And, you know, you get his max health up there, he's doing a significant amount of damage. He can do ability block, all kinds of good things. Easily one of the top characters in the game right now, and a no-brainer in my opinion to take into Dark Dimension 7, Dormammu. Okay, so Dormammu has a revival right now, because of his revive in Arena, and that is his trick, is that he gives revive once, and that has become pretty important in Arena right now. And I'm using Dormammu in Arena because he gives revive to Super Skrull and Black Knight. Now, Apocalypse cannot be revived, but Dormammu will give Black Knight that revive, because Old Man Logan typically is stunning Black Knight, and then you just want him to die so that your Black Knight can start doing things again. Super Skrull gets destroyed, right? And then he comes back to life, and then he can one-shot the other team sometimes when he has offense up, going into ultimate. So there is some situations where Dormammu has proved to be very important, and now he's back in the Arena meta. I use him every day in Arena. However, this guy is kind of falling off with stats. I mean, this, yes, is an important stun plus trauma. Then the charges, once the charge is going, and then when the enemy takes turns and he has charge, it's flipping all the negative positive effects on them into negative effects and bleed. A lot of synergy there with Undying. Love using Dormammu with Undying inside of War. Also allows for your Juggernaut to survive a little bit. Probably falling off the list, but he keeps coming back. He's mythic, so got to take him into Dark Dimension 7. Well, I don't have to. Suppose I have to take Apocalypse, Super Skrull, and probably Kestrel, but then you got to make a choice between Dormammu and Doom, and I would choose Dormammu. Black Cat, also worth mentioning. When I say Black Cat, I probably could have also talked about Robbie Reyes, very good. But two things on Black Cat that are going to make her good longer term is one is that she has this clear revive once from all enemies, and then she gains the revive once. That seems to be an important thing. That works plug and play. She's going to be impactful for a long time because of that. And then again, she has stun and trauma. And stun plus trauma is just very good. And I've mentioned Weaver having it, mentioned Dormammu having it. It's a very good thing to have stun plus trauma. Next, Green Goblin Classic. Just the entire Superior 6, Sinister 6 team is very strong still, not only in Crucible, but also inside of Alliance War. This is a very good team, and Green Goblin Classic does a lot of cool things. I think the main thing I like about Green Goblin is he has a bunch of things that can't happen to him on spawn, because he spawns with charge, right? And then when he has charge, all of this stuff can't happen. Ability block and vulnerable cannot be applied to self or any Sinister 6 allies. So that makes for interesting situations against certain types of teams. I'm thinking about Cabal. You know, this kind of messes with Iron Patriot. Can't be ability block. That's fantastic. When he has charge, he does that back ping. Kind of punishes the other team for going first. Apply defense and flip speed up. Flip 2 additional positive effects into negative text. So it's kind of like a ping. So like Black Knight plus Green Goblin is a pretty strong combo. Overall, very good. Also, we got turn meter removal on the ultimate, which is very good. Green Goblin definitely makes the list. Next, we got Old Man Logan. Now, I probably could make a bold claim and say that Old Man Logan is the second best character in the game. This guy is absolutely absurd. He's very fast. He has revives that keep coming back and back and back. He's applying stuns. He's applying trauma everywhere. He's doing a lot of damage. He has a always assist. If you have very fast characters that are striker, he's getting that striker skirmisher combo. I like skirmisher on him in arena, but when he's playing on his team, I like him with striker, because then he can do the skirmisher striker combo with like characters like Pandapool, things like that. But in general, this is going to be a very good character for a long time, maybe just because of this anti-charge mechanic. He's also got an anti-Black Knight mechanic right here. This attack gains extra focus against chargeable protector. Can't be stunned when he's got 50% health. He can't have turn meter removal when he's above 50% health. He gets turn meter. Oh my God. This guy might be the second best character in the game. What do you think? Is that a hot take? Is he better than Super Skrull? I don't know if he's better than Super Skrull, but he feels really, really powerful, nearly busted. Absolutely. And then I don't know what to say about this guy. They did massive amounts of buffs to him last week. He was already the best character in the game. Now they made sure that he was really the best character in the game. This single character will allow you to be locked in to first place in your arena shard, or if there's only one of you. I mean, there's one in my arena shard, and they're locked into number one. He's probably not as dominant in Crucible as he is in Alliance War. He's just absolutely devastating in Alliance War. But I guess you could do Kang plus Cabal in Crucible and probably get through him. But very, very, very strong. And they did all kinds of silly things to him last week to make him even better and better. Don't want to even go ahead and get into it. I mean, how many people even have him? Like 400 people? Let me know what you think about this list. Is there anything that I missed? in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. I'm sure I missed somebody. Let me know. Bye for now.